These talks are loosely based on the book Satan Cast Out and deal with the relationship between God, man, and the angels, holy and fallen, from a biblical perspective. Okay, so the question is, or the subject under discussion is Satanism, Satan Cast Out. How does a Christian interact with angels, demons, Satanism, all those things? How do we act? And we considered the last time around that God was totally separate from the creation and totally the creator of creation, and he was to be feared, and he is the one. Yeah, he's to be feared in the situation, and all of the actors, no matter how great they might seem, whether it be man, angels, demons, or Satan, none of these in any way compare to God. There's a basic division between God and his creation. Okay, but that might seem like a huge leap. You might say, how do we know about God? How do we know about about the demons and so on? And according to my explanation there, with the simple circles, I'm sorry, I'm always drawing circles here, but if there truly is a great separating wall between God and creation, and if God doesn't depend at all upon the creation, then we can really truly know. We can't know about God definitively, and our ability to know is a little bit hampered unless He is the one who breaks through that dividing wall which separates created being from the Creator. Okay, now there's two problems here. The problem is first of all the fact that there's a creator-creature distinction, and so it's just that the creator's a different being. We can't really extrapolate successfully between the two, again, because there's not that dependency there. So what do we do? How do we know? Well, again, we're dependent upon what's called a revelation of God explaining about Himself to the creation. Now, so we're depending upon. Oh, here, let's try and draw a book, shall we? Oh my word, what is that? We're dependent upon the book, the Holy Bible. We're dependent upon that revelation, and that is God's. I don't know what we call it. Revelation of Himself to the created, the creation. This is how we know. This is the only true source, and the true reference point of knowledge. It's like that point of triangulation point that you would see in an Ordnance Survey map. And this has that status because it comes from God. It's a revelation from God, the Creator, the only God who truly can reveal, since He knows Himself and He knows creation, etc. Okay, so but there's another problem, not just the creator-creature distinction, but the problem is that man doesn't really want to know God. His thoughts turn elsewhere, perhaps to himself, because of the problem of the fall of man. Okay, man has sinned, and sinful man knows God because he's part of God's created order, and he himself, in his mind and his body, has been created. He knows about God. He knows what God's like accurately, but not exhaustively. But he doesn't want to know God. So true knowledge, comes from God's holy word as revelation of Himself and the world, and secondly, it only becomes when that fall has been erased, and therefore true knowledge comes from God via His book, but we can't really address that book in a proper sense until we come through the agency of the cross. We have to be transformed from the fallen creation to the renewed creation in Christ. So we have to really come through that to be converted from old creation to new creation before we will we'll have the desire to seek His word and the right humble attitude towards the word. So to know anything truly, but in this case to know about demons, to know about Satan, to know about the angels, to know about God Himself, you must seek it in God's holy word, and you must have the right attitude, the right will to look there, and the right humble attitude when we do look there. So this is the foundation work, foundation upon which I'm building, to know anything about Satan, God, whatever, and all this for a practical reason, so we can in practice apply what God has said back to that the created world in which we live. So that's what I want to cover for the meantime. Okay. I hope you found this video helpful. If you liked it, well, like it. If you want to leave a comment, leave a comment. And if you want to send me a message, you can find me on facebook.com/Christian.education. Thank you.